Hello everyone, today I have a finished object video for you, and this time there are socks. I think the previous ones were also socks, so on the screen now. Maybe I'll show you those ones. And I think it's kind of a series because I'm knitting through my stash and I have an eager feeling to do that. And I'm knitting with Patons Kroy socks. And here they are. Okay, I don't have them on the sock blockers because they are quite big. I placed afterthought heel after knitting 10 inches, which is, I'm guessing 25 centimeters. 4 inches, that's 10, 8 will be 20. So 2.5, that would be 22.5 centimeters, I think, not including the heel. So these are a gift knit. So obviously I'm knitting them for someone else, and I hope he's going to like them. And I've knitted him socks, but holding finger in double, and holding finger in double I also use the same needles as I used over here, which are US size 2 2.75mm needles, and I use, as you see, Chagoos for actually toes and heels, and then I'm knitting on 9 inch circle, a 9 inch, so 23 centimeters over here, to knit in the round. Maybe first about the yarn. The yarn I got from a friend, Diane, and I just loved it. And even though I've knitted already with Patons Kroy yarn, this yarn is different, and I thought it's thinner, but I checked on the label and they claim that they have the same kind of measurement. So in the 50 gram they have 152 meters, which is 166 yards. So we're talking 304 meters in 100 grams and over 32 yards, I think, in 100 grams. And the color is Mean Green Stripes. So basically the title of this video. So yeah, I really like them, and first time ever I started not from the inside but from the outside. So if you're interested to get this direction, these stripes, you can do it the same way. So, and I did the matchy, so basically, well, I kind of pulled the same kind of color, and I knew that I'm going to start, so I tried to do that. I cast on 12 stitches. I increased to 60 stitches on US size 2 2.75mm, which I was aiming to get 10 centimeters over here. For my size I need 9 centimeters, but for someone else, because they have bigger foot, they need 10 centimeters circumference. So this is basically first information you need to know when you're knitting socks, either for yourself or for someone else. And it's such a easier way to knit from the toe, because you can always increase. If I were knitting other way around, and let's say after this section I've decided, or I've checked and was too small, I have to rip all of it. So I would cry. That way I don't have to. I basically go, if it's too big I just rip a little bit, and if it's too small I will add extra. Over here I did my standard kind of increase, but I probably will record a new finish up. I probably will record a new video, because on the screen over here you can see step-by-step tutorial how I knit 2 at a time socks. These socks I did not knit that way, and over there I'm doing kind of the same idea of increasing every second round, but I'm using, I think, knit through the front and through the back loop. Over here I'm kind of cheating, and I'm going a little bit with make one left, make one right, but instead of, if you know what that is, it's basically is that when you want to add a stitch, you're lifting the bar between 2 stitches. And normally with my tension, when I'm lifting that bar, that lifted bar puts a pressure, and I could kind of see that, you know, it's not the way it should be. So I'm kind of using the other method, which copies that one, that in the first round I just lift, I do yarn over, and on the second round I just knit through the yarn over the way that it leans on the right or on the left. So I'm kind of tempted to record separate video how I knit kind of standard method now with the yarn over things, that I don't want to have rounded toe, just kind of pointy, if you like this thing. And because it's for male, I think that's kind of more sharp thing. When I'm knitting for myself, I'm following Mito, which I add to my sock patterns. So yeah, check that out. It's a little bit rounded over here. Looks kind of nice, but a mix two methods, so knit to the back and yarn over one. So just saying. So over here I increased it 2 every second to 60 stitches, and I was knitting until I got 10 inches. I marked, and I was knitting until I figured out that would be enough, and I did 15 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, and I finished with my kind of stretchy bind off. I'm thinking of trying to find something else. Over here is the one that you have already one stitch on the right needle, and you're knitting the second one. So then you're knitting them together, and you end up with 1 stitch. So I'm not knitting that stitch that I see on the left needle. I'm basically following the pattern. So either if it's knit stitch, I knit, and if it's purl stitch, I purl, and then I knit 2 together to the back loop. But you have that kind of flare going on. Obviously when you have a sock on your leg, it doesn't really matter. So that's that. And once I finish that, I put an afterthought heel, and if you're interested how I do that when I cut the yarn, well, first I'm placing needles and cut the yarn. I have a separate tutorial, so you can watch that too. Maybe I'll put a link down below to that too. And this is a kind of standard, and I follow it. So I decrease every second round until I have 12 stitches, and then I do Kitchener stitch, kind of modified one. I also have a video down below how I do it. I basically skip 2 steps at the beginning because I don't see the difference, and when I'm adding those 2, it kind of, I'm having a gap. But it's a personal thing, and you know, you have to look at it and see which one you prefer, and I just skip those 2 things. So just to let you know, maybe something you would want to see, so links down below. And I think that's that. Thank you so much for the yarn, as it was a gift. I like to knit. That's my pleasure bit, and then gift the item that I knit to someone else. In regards to yarn, like I said, I feel it's thinner. I don't think there will be any issue in regards to wearing the gauge. I think I like it. So if you're a beginner knitter and you hear word gauge, so basically it's how many stitches you have in a certain square. If I put a square over here and obviously you can have it per 1 inch, per 2 inches, per 4 inches, something like that goes. So basically it's also a tie. So when you have that, you're creating a fabric, right? And depends how loose or tight this fabric is. So patterns are written in certain gauge, so the designer may go with very tight fabric or very loose fabric for the pattern, and it may be something that you like, or it may be that you would want to have it slightly different because let's say maybe it is too loose for you. So let's check at my tension over here, so the gauge, and what do you think? How do you like it? So it's quite simple, because over here the width of this sock is 10 centimeters. I casted on 60 stitches, so basically half of those, the 30 stitches, so that will be 30 stitches per 10 centimeters, or you would say 4 inches. So that was my gauge for this sock, and I think it's not that bad. It's not too loose, it's not too tight, and I was knitting very fast. So I really recommend it. And to compare, let's say, the previous Patons Kroys that I've knitted with, maybe there's a difference when they were, you don't say published, when they were on the market. Maybe these are later, and I think this is way better. So I'm not sure. If you have similar colorway, let me know. When did you get it? And as you can see, I have still a bit of leftovers. Maybe I'll put it into the swap and in the future. So that's that. But in case you're interested in regards to the colors, so under the barcode you could see it over here. Yay! Now thank you so much for watching. I'm going to pack my lovely socks, and let's see, can I fold them? Yes, I can, and this is the way I like to present my socks and put them into the cabinet or wherever you keep them. I'm going to show you at the end, so keep on watching, and I'm going to post 2 videos over here, so check them out. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Bye.